the Hotel Florida in Havana, we got to know each other over dinner.
The following morning we set off with Louis to tour the old city, where some of the magnificent buildings are now being restored after years of neglect. We had the first of many cocktails.
Visited this memorial garden to Princess Diana and watched the traffic go by. After a good lunch at a harbourside restaurant, we returned to the bus and Alex drove us via Revolution Square and the bulbous palm trees to Vinales and Las Jasmines Hotel, where we enjoyed this view from our balcony.
Our walk past these houses, which are Casa Particulares, Cuban bed and breakfasts.
Farmers work in the land.
Pineapple, never, no one. No, banana, no. Latin American countries. Costa Rica, Panama. They can come. If you kill your cow, you go to jail.
And others work in the tourists.
To show to you, right? Usually it takes a longer time. Who wants to die? Or Mexico.
Oxen are not always predictable.
You were coming from Camel Way.
Oh, it's been raining here.
The dew. Got the dew. Very humid, Cuba.
This is a fresh coconut milk bar.
Yes, rum and honey, please.
And the guy had a big black Labrador that he takes stalking.
This walk ended with lunch here.
A feature of the next walk was a stop at a house with a local family for coffee.
Breaking work, isn't it? He's having to bend to do that.
Yeah, beautiful picture. You can see the tobacco dry house, dry burn, and the holy tree together.
Esta mujer aquí es Roide, como la hija.
Occasion, they are very welcome, people, open, and they are used to that.
Just a few stones.
It's just training.
It's always nice to know there's a help there somewhere.
Oh yes.
Yeah, not just wide enough.
Very good.
There's been times when she's just.
Alex's bus took us to lunch and then on to a disappointing hotel. Next day at Soroa, the easy walkers bought necklaces on the way to the viewpoint.
Picnic by the waterfall. And visited the Botanic Garden when the fit walkers got back.
Cuban orchid, Bletia purpurea, from Hawaii, Vandals.
The ones who have handicap.
At Las Terrazas, we walked in the rain with Emilio.
The wind up and blow the clouds away. They are, they're moving.
Our room here had a bath with a view.
We dined in a nearby vegetarian restaurant in this apartment block.
This is where the workers buy subsidised food with their ration cards and national pesos.
Now we followed a path along one of the terraces.
Now are working for the tourism enterprise. The other are working in the maintenance of the forest. There is a forestry enterprise. Listen, in a biosphere reserve, there is a highly protected area.
We passed the houses of farmers who voted to keep their land and not move to the village.
And had lunch here at a partly restored French mansion.
Next morning we were up at cockcrow and watched Vicky and Malcolm waiting for the transport up the hill.
Lewis told us more about Cuban life as we sped south on the empty motorway and on lesser roads where more traffic was in evidence.
Through small towns and past fields of sugarcane
To arrive here for lunch. No, sorry, this place is booked for an important function. You're in the nondescript place next door.
After lunch we walked through the town and then transferred to this holiday camp place where Nicola's quiz and the sunset were the highlights.
The mountain road was very steep and the bus boiled over. We reached the resort at 2,600 feet after stops for water and pictures of the viewpoint. This truck took us to the start of a short walk where cocktails were served.
Our lunch was being roasted as we passed.
Oh, take your time. The best honeybee that you can buy in Cuba is from this kind of flower, the white trumpet flower.
Only a few ventured into the back cave.
Everyone took pictures of the orchids.
Back at the start point, lunch was served. Then the softies, including Lewis, rode in the truck and waited here for the walkers.
We had to demolish these sculptures to make our beds. Later, in the bar,
It doesn't matter that the shorts are a little bit dirty or what today. Bring the same one tomorrow. Clean
Next morning, Lewis's shorts were on display as we boarded the truck for another mountain track drive.
Push the plant on the rock.
Which what is that?
Water truck.
After the now customary cocktail, we followed a picturesque path to this pool.
some of us continued to this waterfall, which pictures don't do justice to. Alex looks better in shorts than any of us. On our way back, we spotted this obliging Trogon. And then it was time for lunch and a ride back to the hotel.
Next morning, Alex loaded our bags and drove us down the mountain for this walk at El Cubana Park.
Here in the middle of the way that we have to go up.
Steel girder one.
The occupants of this farmhouse, with its obligatory chickens, are here to serve walking groups with a local medicinal tea.
Just outside, our guide pointed out this, a hummingbird nest, the size of an egg cup.
This walk also ended at a pool and waterfall.
He'll carry you next, Jill. He'll carry you over the swing bridge.
Lewis told us there was a snake here.
After lunch, we now drove to Brisas all-inclusive resort and queued for our identity bracelets.
Now we drove into Trinidad, past this National Peso price shop, and toured the town and museum.
After the market visit, we were expecting a train trip.
But the train obviously wasn't going anywhere, so we went on the bus for lunch.
Back at the resort, the happy group didn't get drunk in the free bars.
They were happy because Lewis got them reservations for the better restaurants.
The swimmers enjoyed the warm Caribbean, but we were happy to stroll and watch these busy crabs.
A sunset cruise ended our visit to the resort. Next day, we returned to Havana.